Hello everyone, this is Kevin T. Rodriguez of themoviewizard.com, and let's talk about The Good Dinosaur. Now, if you look at most of my reviews, you will see like a little section underneath you that says video review coming soon, and I have done a very, very poor job at keeping up with that. Forgive me, I'm just better at reviewing in print than I am on YouTube. However, I decided to do this video review, which is really more of a follow-up piece to the written review, because some people have actually told me they weren't really sure if I recommended the movie or not. Now, I did give it 2.5 stars, which technically means it's not a recommendation. 2.5 is not, 3 stars is, but I've always told people that the 2.5 and the 3-star area is a little bit of a gray area, because that's when you really need to read the review and find out the context of why it got that, because I could have easily liked it or not liked it depending on the mood I was in that day. So, after some thinking, after some discussing, I was talking about the movie with other people at a going away party for some friends at church yesterday, and I think most people were pretty much disappointed, especially after the wonderful Inside Out came out, and I'm sort of on that same boat. I think, ultimately, I don't like the movie, and I don't really recommend it. The reason the review reads so wishy-washy is because this is such a definition of the term mixed review, or mixed film in this case, because the movie has a lot of elements that are beautiful and they work. Like the animation, on one hand, the details in the background, in the sky, and the water, and the trees, it's gorgeous. And then on the other hand, you have the characters who look cartoony and they don't really feel like they belong. And then you have the whole relationship with Argo, I think that's what his name was, Argo or Arleo, and his pet human Spot, where there are times when the human actually seems to be smarter than the dinosaur, and then there are some times when the human doesn't seem very smart at all, so that's kind of weird. The relationship is largely one-dimensional, where the dinosaur is mostly using the human to protect him, but then they have that wonderful scene where they're on the beach and they're kind of communicating with each other, and they're kind of acknowledging that they have both lost loved ones, and that's a great scene. I mean, that's what Pixar does so well sometimes, is they have these great emotional moments, but that's not the whole movie, and it's not like these scenes really add up much. In fact, there's a part where the characters run up, they meet some Tyrannosaurus Rexes, and they make a deal with them that if they can help them herd their buffalo, the T-Rexes will help them get home or find the river or something. Well, they help the T-Rexes, they get the buffalo, and then when Arlo, or Arleo, whatever the heck his name is, when he sees the mountain, and it's like, oh, I know where I am, he runs off and says, bye guys, they're like, okay, bye, and I'm kind of thinking, weren't you supposed to help him get all the way home for doing this favor for you? The film feels broken. It feels very broken. However, the reason the review doesn't read horribly is because there are moments, like I said, that are really good in this movie, and they're shockingly good sometimes. And then there's enough elements where it's like, well, why is this in the movie? Why did they go in this direction? So, like I said, I think my ultimate stance on this is going to be this. I don't think it's the worst movie you're going to see. I'm not even certain that it's going to be a waste of time if you see it, because while I watched it, I thought that I had liked it, and then when I started actually analyzing it, then that's when the movie became a problem. But ultimately, no, I don't think it's a good movie. I don't really think it's worth watching. But if you do watch it, I don't think you're going to feel like you got ripped off either. So, anyway, that's my follow-up on the review. What did you guys think? Did you see The Good Dinosaur? Did you like it? Comment below and like, favorite, share, and subscribe. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.